Hey, I think I asked you this the other day. Do you think the Browns made a good pick by picking Myles Garrett over Patrick Mahomes now?
Definitely.
You think it's a definitely?
Definitely. We didn't lose with Myles. We won with him.
I don't know, man.
We won with Myles Garrett.
I think Myles Garrett is a great player. But you got...
Who's to say... Go ahead.
I mean, like I said...
You go off, man. I'm trying not to do
it. It would have been different with him, you know what I'm saying? Because it ain't like Myles Garrett walked in there with a solid team like this, but it's just hard to think like this guy, 2-time MVP, 3-time Super Bowl champion, 3-time Super Bowl MVP. Like, you just imagine like if that would have came to Cleveland with that first overall draft pick.
He might not have been Patrick Mahomes that Andy Reid coaching that he putting him in the position
very
that
true.
He in coming to Cleveland.
That's very true.
He very well might not be there. So that's why I say no. Like Myles Garrett, we know because we see it that he gonna be Myles Garrett. Listen, it was a hit on Myles Garrett, and we had a lot of misses in our from 99 up until that point. It was all misses for first round. Talking about from Justin Gilbert, Manziel,
Trent Williams. Not Trent Williams.
Trent Richardson.
Yeah.
Quinn. We had a lot of misses.
Yeah.
And we finally got a hit with him, the Warden. You know, Baker, he was a hit too. I don't care what nobody say. And I hate on him a lot, but he was a hit. That wasn't a bad play because he did what he did. He took us to the playoffs, you feel me? So that was a hit. Then, you know, we had some hits after that, a little couple hits, but we was on a streak of miss. I was saying, like, man, do we even know how to draft?
But
that's how I was feeling.
But with Myles Garrett, who was the GM then?
I know Dorsey came the year after Myles, so he the one that really got the Chubbs, the Denzels, the Bakers, all of them. Then Barry came after like 2 or 3 years. Barry came. He was there for that year after Myles. Barry was there, but he was under Dorsey. And they wanted Dorsey to take.
So it's safe to say if we would have got Patrick Mahomes, he would have drafted some talent around him.
I don't know because we did get some quarterbacks that was good. We got Baker, he was good. We got Deshaun Watson.
That was in the trade.
Yeah, but we still got Deshaun Watson, and we seen how he turned out so far. Like, not saying he's not gonna be great.
What we see how he turned out?
He haven't lived up to the expectations. He's been injured. He got injured. You know what I'm saying? He only played 6 games last year. I mean, first year. This year he was injured. You know what I'm saying? So we really can't say. But what I'm saying is, from the quarterbacks we did have that had similar skill sets to Patrick Mahomes, so far, like similar.
None of them had nothing similar.
You don't think Deshaun had no similar skill sets?
Like what?
The Houston Texans, Deshaun Watson.
Like what?
You don't think he had?
I'm asking you, like what?
Take away the Super Bowl. Let's take away that. You don't think the Texans, Deshaun Watson had a similar skill set to Patrick Mahomes? He was a good game manager. He protected the ball. He made good passes. He was accurate, and he can make plays with his legs. He checked all the boxes. You know what I'm saying?
But he not throwing it like him though.
So I'm just saying. I said similar. I ain't say exactly. I'm just saying similar.
I mean, you're saying similar because he was
making
checking
plays. All the boxes, and he did have a strong arm.
Yeah,
Sean did have a strong arm.
Patrick Mahomes in the category of itself, though. I know what you're saying, but he in the category of itself.
I just think it was a hit, man.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Myles Garrett's a defense player of the year, so obviously it's a hit. But I'm just saying, if Patrick Mahomes was here, was this the game changer that we needed in Cleveland?
No, I don't think it take more than just. It take more than just Patrick Mahomes though. Like, you gotta have a system around him. Who's to say that some of them quarterbacks we had weren't really that good? They didn't have a perfect system or build the team around them to be successful. He got a great team built around with a good head coach.
Right, I'm saying, right, but that took time. This is the first time we've seen him with a good defense. That's what I'm saying. It took time, but what I'm saying is,
how many years he been there? About 5, 6 years.
Man, he went to the AFC Championship 6 years in a row. So that's what I'm saying. Within 6 years,
so how long
they
he been
built
with
up.
That team?
This is 7 year, but he didn't start his first year.
Exactly. So when they had the pieces. They just was missing him. They had everything else there. They had the Kelce's. They had Tyreek Hill. They had it there. He just didn't have him.
Tyreek Hill, when he first got there, he was just a special teams type of guy. That's what I'm saying. They built that team up.
Yeah, but then he ended up being one of his guys, his main guys, and Kelce was the main guy. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of put him in.
Not saying that, but I'm saying we have players on this team that could have fit that role.
Who? Tyreek Hill?
No, but I'm saying what Travis Kelce did, maybe Njoku could have did that.
He got the potential.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. You think about the year when we had Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham, you had Nick Chubb back. You know what I'm saying? If you obviously we don't know if them same trades get drafted traded or we make the same draft picks with Patrick Mahomes.
It's hypothetical.
But I'm just saying with the team that we have now, or the team that we even the first year when Baker came and took us to the playoffs, with that team, you put Patrick Mahomes back there. How different do the Browns look with that? Knowing that we have the best quarterback in the league.
Okay, so for me, just from my experiences with the Browns, even if you have a good quarterback, because all the quarterbacks we had since '99 wasn't bad. Like we had some good ones, we just didn't have the right pieces around them.
Right.
So even if you have a good quarterback, if you're not able to put the right pieces together to make that a success, as a coach, that's part of your job is to put them in a position to be the best they can be, to maximize their talents. If you're not doing that, then you just wasting the body. You know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying is, with the GM that we got and the pieces that he put around him, other than Travis Kelce on that offense, who was an all-pro player?
What you mean?
On Kansas City, other than Travis Kelce.
He was an all-pro at least once, wasn't he?
Yeah, but I'm saying that was 2 years. He been in Miami for 2 years, and they still went back-to-back. They said, what is they going to do?
How many all-pro players you have on the team anyway? You still be good, you know what I mean?
But what I'm saying is, with the Browns, you had Coughlin was an all-pro before. Mm-hmm. You had was it Batonio? I think Batonio. I'm saying you give him 2 Pro Bowl offensive linemen.
No, we said all-pro. We ain't saying.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, all-pro. Yeah. But they was all-pros though. You can go look it up.
I mean, I believe you.
You remember coming into the year, they was talking about how the Browns had the top 5 offensive line. Mm-hmm. So I'm just saying, like, if you put them type of pieces around him with a running game, how different would our franchise be? Because I'm pretty sure you bought 75 somewhere around there, so you've seen a lot of football in Cleveland. You know the one piece that we probably missing is what? What's the piece we missing in Cleveland right now? What's the piece we missing?
What I think we missing right now
is
a better coach, a better play caller. A better play caller, man. That's what I think we miss. Honestly, a better play caller.
So that's why we didn't beat Houston.
I think the coaching played a big part in a couple of them losses that we had.
Yeah, I mean, coaching always, but what I'm saying,
I feel like the defense was on point. We had a good offense because you could have put anybody in that offense and they were successful. PJ Tucker, PJ Walker, what's his name? Dorian Thompson Robinson.
Right.
What's my man name we just had?
Flacco.
Deshaun, all of them. Look, they all was successful. They all only had one loss. I think.
What's name had more than one loss though?
PJ.
No, Dorian Thompson Robinson.
He may have had more than one loss, but they had 2.
Like I said, that's cool.
What was our record? We only lost 6 games.
Yeah, we won 11-6. And last game, everybody sat.
So what I'm saying is, the offense that we had, you could have put anybody there, they would have been successful.
But I'm saying, if you put that one type player there, what do that do?
The problem, because you got to think about it. It was the bad play calling. Play calling, man.
Like I said, I'll give you that for the Seattle, but what I'm talking about, when we talk about versus, we're going to say the Houston game. Flacco gave up 14 points himself. He threw 2 touchdowns to the other team.
He did.
And I think we was down 3 at that time. Maybe 7. I'm not 100% sure, but he took that game to a whole different place.
What I'm saying is, he did throw picks. You know, PJ Walker threw picks.
Everybody throw picks.
What I'm saying is the play calling, because like we know that we probably had the most talented team, arguably in the NFL. We probably had the most talented team, like with this talent.
Right.
So we know the potential that we have with the talent we have. But if you're not calling the right plays, if you're not putting players in the right position, you're not gonna get the best out of them. But the fact to me that the play calling was not good. If you'd put Pat Mahomes in here right off top, he wouldn't have had no control over the play calling like he do now.
But when you had that type of player with that type of skill, you would give them a little bit more. Like I said, I don't know. I get that he have Andy Reid, so that plays a big part. But what I'm saying is, you have a top player, we can say the best player in the league, and the type of. Do you think if you plug how many quarterbacks in that situation, do they win that Super Bowl? Look how many drops that them players had, and they still was right there. Even when everybody counted them off, they was the underdog 3 straight times. They said, well, can they go on the road? Beat up on Lamar and them. Beat up on the 49ers and beat Buffalo.
I believe, now I ain't taking nothing from Patrick Mahomes, but I think it's all about the situation that you in, man, and how they putting the best pieces around you. And the Browns, over history, they weren't known to do that. Like, they'd have a good quarterback with no line. They'd have a good line with no quarterback. They'd have a good running back, no line, no receivers. They have good receivers without a quarterback that throws to them. But we never had, like, what's the name say on Friday? Peanut butter, no jelly, ham. Yeah. That was our problem. And now that we finally got it, we ain't got the right play calling.
I don't think it's play. I'm saying I think we need that difference maker on the offense. And when you have a quarterback, like I said, Deshaun, I think Deshaun gonna be good if he can stay healthy. But like I said, we going into year 3. I told you before, the ceiling for Deshaun Watson is Super Bowl. Anything after that, you're gonna be like, damn. Prime example, we just played Houston. We traded all this stuff to Houston. What Houston do? Beat us.
We beat them too in the regular season. That was coaching.
We don't care about that.
That was bad coaching.
What was bad coaching?
And we got behind and then we started getting desperation and stopped running the ball.
We couldn't run the ball on them.
That was bad coaching, man.
Go back and look
I don't care if you. I don't care if
you're wasting a down if you cannot run the ball.
You still got to run the ball to throw them off to open up other plays. If you
That's
just
not throwing nobody off.
If you just strictly throwing the ball, how's you opening up for the receivers? They know you throwing, so they gonna play back.
So what?
You got to still run and throw short plays to open up for the deep plays.
If you run the ball and you're losing yards, you're putting yourself back.
Plays, you got to trick the defense. You can't let them know what you're doing. They know how to stop you.
You had to take what's there.
If that's the case, they wouldn't have to think over their face when they calling plays then.
What do that got to do with anything?
What you mean? So they don't see the play that they calling. So they can pick their play off. They know what you're doing. They know we throwing the ball. Then we got in desperation. You know we get in desperation. We throwing deep. We forcing it. You know we do that, man. That was bad. We still should have been running the ball. We still should have ran that bitch. I don't care if they were stopping us. We got to confuse them, man. We can't let them know that every play.
If you cannot run the ball, you're not confusing them.
But they don't know if you're going to run it or throw it on this play. They know you throwing.
Run.
There's no way that your running back had 16 touches together. All your running back, all 3 of them.
And how many yards they rush for?
16 touches together, man. You ain't give them a chance to rush for no yards. You're not giving them the touches. Come on, man.
You give them the ball and you're losing yards.
Short plays. That was on Flacco's tail, man.
Right.
You shouldn't have been throwing down. You should have been throwing short plays.
You can go back to the second interception that he threw. That was a 3-yard route.
Only way.
How short do you want? You want to throw a lateral?
How you supposed to mix the defense up by doing what? Changing your plays or not just doing throwing plays. You got to run and throw them off. You got to do play actions. You got to do all that.
So if you're running the ball and you're losing 2 yards, you're gaining 1 yard, you're setting them up to go be 3rd and 9 anyway.
But what I'm saying is, the run is to throw them off. Like, they know you passing the ball and you passing deep. Why would they play up? They going to play back. They going to play in the nickel.
Why would you run the ball if you can't run the ball and you're already losing? They going to
play in the nickel, man. You still got to run it to switch the confuse the defense.
That's not confusing.
It is, because you still.
If I have 5 offensive linemen up front and you have 4 defensive linemen and I can't run the ball, that don't mean nothing.
That's going to make them not play back. Because eventually you're going to get a run off. They keep playing back. You're going to break a run.
How?
Running the ball. I just told you, eventually you're going to break a run, running the ball, throwing short passes when they playing back. Because they was playing back on us. They knew we was just going long. We was in desperation. Once we get in desperation, all we looking at is throwing.
Did you watch the film?
All we looking at is throwing, though, man. You watch the film? Run the ball. You can't tell me you still got to run the ball.
No, how? If you can't run the ball, if your offensive line cannot move nobody off the ball, how you gonna run the ball?
So how you supposed to mix the defense up? You just throwing it. All they gonna do is play back. They gonna play back.
Prime example. That's what I'm saying.
Play back. That's all Houston gonna do. They probably go to man playing back.
Houston made adjustments. The first time we played them, that's why they said, okay, the only thing they can do is throw the ball. They made adjustments. They seen when they wasn't blitzing us and we still couldn't run the ball. They had 4 down linemen. Everybody on the offensive line is getting pushed back. We got backup tackles in there.
To throw them off.
That's not. That's how you lose the game, and that's exactly what we did.
No, it's not.
If you cannot run the ball, you're not gonna win.
They
know
you doing one. You doing few plays, deep plays. They gonna play back. You got to run the ball and you got to throw short plays. You still got to do that. You can't keep going down the field because we in desperation, trying to make something big happen. That's how you threw that pick. And then come on, man. Man. Anyway, that's why I said coaching, man. You can have the Pat Mahomes, you can have the Brady's. If Brady didn't have, Brady was a 7th round pick, 6th round pick. If Brady didn't have Bill Belichick, we probably wouldn't even be talking about Tom Brady.
You can't. How can you say that? He went down to Tampa and won.
But the fact that he had Bill Belichick, because they knew his skill set because of Bill Belichick. You know what I'm saying? That's how they knew what he can do. He wouldn't even got a chance.
That makes no sense.
He was a 6th round pick. How many 6th round picks become starters? That's rare. Very rare. Yes, it is. Most of them get cut. So he gave him opportunity because Drew Bledsoe got hurt. He knew he was good. They saw him in college. Gave him opportunity. He showed up and showed out. And that's where the story started.
He had an opportunity.
But what I'm saying, how we know if he'd went somewhere else, he wouldn't have had that opportunity.
You don't know that.
He wouldn't have had that opportunity.
You don't know that. You don't know.
He wouldn't have. It's slim that he would have had the opportunity if he went somewhere else.
Like I said, people get hurt all the time. That don't mean nothing.
But it's a slim chance that he would have had the opportunity, man.
Like I said,
that's all I'm saying. So
build your team around the quarterback, and like I said, you can't ever say we wouldn't know who he was. As soon as he left Bill Belichick, what did Bill Belichick do?
He was established.
He got fired.
He was established.